Did you really?
Yeah. So if
Oh,
I
hell
make
yeah.
another Cyclops, I can make those.
I love that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I got a little squished in the flight over, so it's going down.
So, tell me a little bit about. So you've been playing some of the side events today.
Yep, I'm doing the scramble.
Thank you. It's
Hi,
always great to see you.
Thank you, Tim, and as a reward I will say this. I was at a bar last night and the waitress screamed, "Anyone knows CPR?" I said, "Hell, I know the entire alphabet." Everyone laughed. Well, everyone except this one jerk.
Oh, that's really good. Fuck! Wait, hold on, help me. Help me, Tom Cruise. No, don't jump. I'm gonna pull the whole instance if I jump over with this. No, there's two of them. No, stop. No. Couldn't have happened to a better guy. Ah. Yeah, it's going to take some getting used to.
Correct.
For sure.
Correct.
For sure.
Going from what, 2.5 years of MCP to this?
Yes.
You know?
Yep. So that'll end it. The 2 missions. The Separatists got it, even though they separatist those shoves when they shouldn't have.
The good guys won.
The good guys won.
Right.
Everyone loves
That's
to see
what
it.
Matters.
Dooku is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Django
was awesome.
Yeah, Django was actually super stellar.
We did it.
Very, very, very happy with him as well. Now. Ah! No, get away, man! I'm sorry. It wasn't me. I'm friendly. Ah! He threw a spear at us. We're gonna lose him. Oh, it's a bear! The boar got me! I was killed by boar! Better to fall victim to that. And then once again, as always, the mats for today are provided by FLG themselves. They're pre-marked, they are updated for the new crisis, and you can find a link to them down below.
They're checking all the size of the terrain there. Nicely painted stuff.
Jacob, hey, thank you. Absolutely. Actually, while you're here, Jacob.
He's like the tank. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Link Stat Man. What are these names? Link Stat. He had a shock thing. Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that. Kip Killigan. Yep, he's the sneaky guy. Yep, I do remember that. Vasquez. I don't remember that. Pretty sure that's an Aliens reference, but sure. Oh my gosh, they have the names of these things? I don't remember that. Pretty sure that's an Alien. I forget the names. Archer. That was his name. He's the leader. That's right, he had the little arm crossbow thing. That's right.
Take a whole day off, but I think I could probably get out a little early. I do like these. Ha! The timing was off yet again.
Why does it work like this? Why? Oh, it's because of the stream. Hi, Tisdale. Oh, man. Sorry we're a little late. Kara got out of her cage again.
Kara, what?
I said we were busy doing stuff today, and then we couldn't be here on time.
It sounded like you said it was my fault.
I would never blame you.
Tisdale. Dylan says you told him he paints like crap. Did you say that to Dr. D?
Ask Kara why she ruined squad. Why she ruined squad goals.
I didn't ruin squad goals.
I'll tell you about it later. He says that, or she said that I told you that you told me to tell a fib about the fact that you said that I paint like crap, and that's why you don't want me to paint Legion anymore.
Me and you are gonna have some words and maybe throw some hands, Tisdale. Just saying. I broke this off the base. I'm sorry. Just stick it around. Is my anger towards Tisdale.
You sent me a Legion box. You did send me a Legion box. Yes, that's true. That did happen. Okay, camera. Gonna need you to focus. You have to throw hands with my enforcers, Charles and Sean. You don't want to throw hands with Charles. Would Charles strike a lady? I mean, he's in the military. I called him Thunder. Thunder and Lightning.
Better than whatever in Splatoon.
Anyway.
What does Calamity Jack call his guns?
Oh, Desperado and Spittoon. So, just to kind of get where we're going from here, I finished the first Nurgle unit for Adepticon. Well, if he's not a cop. Who's not a cop? I'm not a cop. So yeah, we finished the first unit for Nurgle for Adepticon. It was my first attempt at like doing a beach base. I think it came out pretty good. So the idea is that in the fantasy universe in AOS, Nurgle likes to take to the sea. So they're striking from the sea. But then somebody's like, hey, Dylan, do you want to play a game that requires it to be on a circle base? I'll be like, yeah, boy. And I'll slowly pull this out in a way that makes me really nervous. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, and then there's like a magnet. Look at that. Boom. And then I put it in the other base as an example. And then I'm like, boom. And everybody's like, yeah, Dylan, you did it. You won the tournament. You did it. And I'll be like, thanks, guys. This is the first time I've ever won anything. Yay. That wasn't terrifying at all. The resin or whatever you want to call this got a little stuck, and I was a little worried. I was gonna like rip the base in half. But yeah. So this is kind of what they're all gonna be looking like eventually. I've actually even debated if I should paint the round bases, because when you put them in there, they actually fit in such a way where it kind of just looks like a base. I feel like I don't have to put that much work into it. That nested base was a jump. Yeah, no, for... Could you imagine I just rip... just, like, rip a model off its base? Oh, Christ. But yeah, so... these models... all my Chaos stuff is going to be for multiple systems, so I think it's a really good way to keep me honest from buying stuff. Because that way I can just feel like, hey, look, I'm building models for a different game, and my little stupid lizard brain can be happy with that, and I don't have to ask myself, why am I like this, and why is there no God? But anyway, yeah, so the Blade Kings are done. So these will be for Spearhead and for Warhammer Fantasy, which I don't think I'm using at Adepticon for Old World, but I am going to be using it for AOS. When I do that game thing with Visit. Yeah, because I think with this Chaos stuff, I can play it in Fantasy, Old World. Well, I say Fantasy, Old World, AOS. I actually played one-page rules today, and I guess anything, even somewhat in that related realm, right? I guess you could use it for D&D too, I guess, but I don't play baby games. Look up the shades for Moonstone. The shades for Moonstone? What is that? Those are kind of cool. Moonstone shades. What game is this for? Is it for Moonstone? Look, thank you. I think they came out very good as well. Nice colors, thank you. I went very bright. A lot of people with Nurgle, they go very, very dark, and I thought to myself that I'd do the opposite, because I like the cartoony part of Nurgle. That wasn't terrible. A jump scare. That's awesome that you can have. Yes, you do. Yes. Yeah, I bought the. You bought them? It's cool looking. But yeah, I think it came out really well. I think the base. I was actually kind of shocked at how good the bases came out. It actually does look like beach, like incoming wake. I was very happy with it. It does. It's definitely very sticky. But that's how you do it, baby. That's an Adepticon army, and I'm gonna try and get at least, I don't know, a couple compliments, I guess. Maybe not best painted. I don't think I can ever try and get that again. I'm just happy if people like it. You know what? That's the way I'm gonna put it. So yeah, I think they all came in pretty good. Which brings me to what we're painting today. A bunny. Thank you. Thanks, guys. You guys are my biggest fans. Why did you buy into Moonstone? Tizzy, why did you buy into Moonstone? Why did you do it?
He just couldn't help himself.
Why did you buy into it? Don't you like constantly complain? I'm not doing Worthy anymore. I think Worthy's pointless. I'm painting a Gaki. Ooh, a Gaki. That's fun. Gakis are fun. Okay. So yeah, I actually had started working on the bunny. We're gonna be painting it like Yojimbo. I think it's pronounced Yojimbo Uesugi. Usugi, I think is how you say it. Whatever the Japanese word is for bunny. Usagi. Usagi. Poor impulse control. Poor impulse. That's fair. Oh, thank you for the resub, Wilmar. Happy birthday. It didn't say I'm about to bust. Oh my god. Somebody's been messing with my sound alerts again. I'm sorry I'm a little late. We went out to dinner, and I got a little delayed on getting home, so it took us a little longer than I was expecting. Well, not that I was expecting. It took exactly how long I thought it was going to take. But I just wasn't here. Okay, hopefully that'll change. Happy birthday, Wilmar! Yay! Usagi. Yeah, Usagi. Malifaux. Yeah, I figured it was a Malifaux. Yeah, they're like little mouths. They're just floating mouths. Yeah, I just resubbed too, and it didn't make any noise. Happy. Did you? You must have. Did you? I don't see you in here. I just changed the sound thing. They must have. They always change it, and then I never think about it until I get on here. Can't wait to see him in his Yusuage. No Colossus yell. I pulled out my Colossus model. I was trying to sell it earlier this week. I could pretend if you want me to go get it. Yeah, I was going to say, it definitely didn't renew your thing. Oh, Kara, can you replace this water? This water's filled with a lot of bad stuff.
Just this one?
Yeah, that one is definitely full of bad stuff. It's full of pee. I'll give 10 for that Colossus. The model? What do you want a Colossus for? Getting rid of the big purple boy. Big purple boy.
Is that what King Nurgle's gonna be? A big purple boy?
No, he's gonna be booger. He's gonna look like a booger. Boogers aren't purple.
He could have some purple on him.
He's gonna look like that, except fat.
But they have purple on them.
Yeah, it's gonna look like skin color. Wait the hell. Yeah, wait. Yeah, I did. Says runs out again on 2/26. Doc, tell me I need matching horsemen for Apocalypse. You need matching horsemen for Apocalypse? Apocalypse? I don't care. I mean, I guess you could if you want to go like super into the theme. But you know it's like a dead affiliation, right? Like they're never gonna like update it again, kind of like what they've done with Thanos. Where it's just kind of like, yeah, we released it, nobody plays it anymore, I guess we're just going to pretend it's dead. As you can tell, I might be in a mood.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just feeling spunky. I listened to MCP content today while I was driving. And then, you know, I was just forming opinions. I mean, they weren't bad. When you said Colossus, I thought Galactus. Oh, Galactus. No, I'm keeping him. Yeah, Galactus. Yeah, that makes more sense. They're very purple. Yeah, that makes way more sense. Yeah, that'd be a lot. I got a lot to say about that. My line of work. When you said why? What do you mean why? Why what? Why am I feeling spunky? I don't know. Like, do you actually think? I was listening to Fury's Finest. I listen to every episode of Fury's Finest. Today I just happened to listen to the card and because I listen to Fury's Finest because I'm friends with Jesse. And it kind of keeps me appraised of what's going on. So if anybody asks me a question. Oh, and Jesse is real. I talked to him in Hobby Chat today while painting. Wrong Jesse, but yes. That's Malifaux Jesse. What is with this music? Okay. I swear I can start soon. Anyway, like I was saying, so I had already started to paint him. His undersuit is black. Yo, Jimbo Bunny. Bunny. That's an AI doing that. Don't be fooled. Anyway, yeah, so I'm curious to hear you think. Like, do you think they're actually going to keep releasing stuff that's going to help out Apocalypse's faction? Whatever it is. What is it, Harbingers? Is that what it's called? For the briefest of moments, I actually thought about coming back. Because I like the new Midnight Suns stuff. I think it's really cool. Like, I was like, oh my god, they've finally done it. They've released characters that are interesting. Oh my god. Like the monsters and stuff. Like, oh my gosh. I was like, this is so cool. They released something that doesn't bore me to death. And then I looked at my bank account and I was like, nope. I no do this. And I can't really get back into MCP because of Tisdale.
Because he's support staff.
No, because he runs Adepticon and I have to have stuff ready for Adepticon. So once Adepticon's canceled, I'm back in MCP, boys. I'm coming back. Full speed. Okay. I remember why I paused on this, because his armor's like really complicated. Because it's like black, and then it's like blue in the middle. So this armor style is not exactly the same. Sure. It's a hard drive.
Holder.
Yeah, case. Oh, after this, I'll be on a new computer. As soon as this stream's over, I'm gonna. I would. Ernesto was nice enough to sell me his old computer, which is probably 50 billion times better than the one I'm currently using, which is pretty impressive. Yeah, because the armor style on these is not quite the same, so I'm gonna try and get something kind of close.
What's that rabbit dude?
That's Yojimbo Uesugi.
What's this? That's not this.
It's not.
Doesn't look like the same one.
It's not. This is a Malifaux model.
I am confused.
Did he clear the browsing history? No, he actually made a notepad of it, like all the websites he's visited in the past 20 years, and he put it right on the desktop. Yeah, he put a table of contents on it too, with links. It's an interactive table of contents. That doesn't make sense, dummy. What is it? What? Tizzy just called me a liar.
I mean, it's Tizzy.
Tizzy, how does that not make sense? I just explained the entire situation to you, and he says that doesn't make sense. You don't make sense. Better not be canceling. I'm finally going. No, I'm not. No, I'm not canceling Adepticon. I'm just saying Tisdale has forced my hand, and there's nothing I can do about it. Got the PM everything. I'm saying they better not cancel. Well, talk to Tisdale about it. If he wants to cancel, he's got to cancel it. You know, I can't stop him. Anyway, so Usagi Usagagi how do I pronounce it? It's been too long. Usagi. No, I can't play MCP because Adepticon's happening. Once Adepticon's not going, I don't have to worry about painting requirements anymore. Okay, and we're not gonna. I guess we're just not gonna do black on that. And his handguards are black, red, and gold. Which I guess we'll do black. No, I guess we'll do black on this. Yeah, I remember I was painting this when I had some time between stuff drying, and now I'm starting to remember why I stopped. Because there's a bunch of stuff I gotta actually do. I gotta paint a bunch of black stuff again. Just wait, maybe it's my last MCP year. Well, that doesn't fix anything, though. You're not doing. I'm not doing it in the right voice. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi there, bloke. My name is Yojimbo Usagi, and I'm here to romp you right in the willows there, good sir. I do say. I went a couple different cultures there. I ended on American South. This is Ernie's new lawyer, yeah. I got to visit Tizzy and say hi, and the secret is spinach. That's true. The secret is spinach, but you already knew that. Oh, is this Ernie's new lawyer? Yeah, Ernie had to hire a Southern lawyer, a Southern Baptist lawyer. That's gonna be that. That's gonna be that. That's gonna be that. Okay. I will admit, if I ever got, if something were gonna, I can speak English, I swear. I'm like apparently on very little brain power here. If there was gonna be something that got me back in MCP, it would be like stuff like Midnight Suns. Because I think the new leadership is really good. I think it's fun. I think all the new characters are fun because they're like actually playable. And you get to use Dracula and Frankenstein and stuff. That's sick. Although I think they made a huge mistake when they didn't make another criminal syndicate leader. I mean, come on. I mean, come on. Oh, actually, let me go grab one more thing. I did paint one other model. I don't like Claw's leadership. Nope, sure don't. Think it's the stupidest thing they've ever done. um. So I painted another model. Looky what I did. It's a Malifaux model. It's my comeback, baby. I'm back with a vengeance. The guild's gonna bring it. Looks bad. Well, that's a matter of taste, I suppose. Strip it and start over. Perdita. This is the very first one. This is one of the first Malifaux models they ever put out. Man, what a banger! All the guild leaders, I think their models, their very first ones, always look the best. Like I love Lady J's first model. I actually have. This is Sonya. This is her very first model, and I think it's way better than all the redos. Like I think the Shirafu one is fine. This is the iconic one. This is the remake. But I legitimately think that the old one's better. There's just something about it. Like I like the composition of it a lot more. Like this one, she's like too tall, and like the super curl on her hair. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan. But anyway, yeah, I finished this, so I am going to be coming back to Guild, pretty hardcore, in Malifaux here for probably for the foreseeable future. Not that I don't like ES, but love the railroad. Yeah, I know the railroad's cool, isn't it? Super simple little 3D print. I'm gonna probably put all of the family on it because they're supposed to be out in the field. Well, most of the guild stuff will be like on, like here's Sonya's. I guess that's not really a good example, but yeah, like Sonya's gonna be on this like cobble-y stone type thing. Explorer Society's not dead. I'll still play them. I just need more violence. Scorch the Soul is my favorite Sonya. Yeah, which I think I might actually use that one when I finally build it and paint it. Love the alt sculpt. Which one? Don't call it a comeback. I never went nowhere. Are you saying this is an alt sculpt, Bernie? This isn't an alt sculpt, silly. Or are you talking about the one where she's like blowing the gun? You don't have to whisper. I mean, they can. You got to actually speak pretty loud for them to hear you. Can you believe what he just said, guys? Yeah, you.
He said Nurgle is stupid, and anybody who plays Nurgle isn't a real man.
Should we go play her over there?
No.
Okay.
They won't get it.
How do you think of her pose? It's like,
The one in your hand, forgot it was the OG sculpt. Get that one and the gun one confused. Because I think the gun, I'm not sure if the gun one, that one might have, the looking backwards with the gun thing might have come out before the core box one. Because the very first alt sculpt was the one where she's got her foot on the dynamite plunger. That's actually that's one of the few guild models I don't have. Are you talking about Schitt's Creek?
How'd you know?
Because we were just talking about it.
Because she had us watch it that one time, and he got really into it.
Have you never seen it?
No, neither have I. So we bootlegged it last year and watched the whole thing.
That's what it does when I live there.
But when we went to his mother's for Christmas, I was digging around like the internet,
I still have the Headless Lady J somewhere.
and I saw
Me too.
she had
I love that model.
sisters, and then Jais as like different.
That was the very first Nightmare box.
Jais, he gives her in Italy.
And I think they still sell it every once in a while.
You know Netflix has that locked down now, or at least in the U.S. they do.
In Europe, I think it's like that.
I actually was going through a lot of my old stuff, and I found a bunch of Malifaux stuff that's older. I actually have the original Seamus too.
Wait, he went to Carnival.
Back when he was like back when he was like straight up a stereotype. They no longer sell it. Sweet.
It was just a ballet. It wasn't an opera. It was just a ballet.
Yeah, I told Gabe, leave it in Italian though, because I want him to still like think.
They're not looking at those metrics. Trust me. All they have to do is interact with those. Those metrics don't matter. If they haven't locked it down, I would do it.
They haven't.
For the Lady J Undead box? What the heck do you want? What do you want it for? Huh? You don't even play Guild. You're just a private citizen. What the heck do you need that for? Oh, and it's somewhat official. I have been signed up for a Through the Breach session with Yef from Defective Dice, which we will be recording next month. Where I get to actually play. First crew you played was Lady J? Oh yeah, well so was mine. And I played it in first edition. And I learned my place. What did you do? You went and played Riva. You Rezer loving nut job. You're a real piece of work, Omar. You know that? You know that? You know that, bucko? We don't need your back. We don't need your backstory, Dylan. If I did Guild, it would be Justice or Dita. Yeah, they're both great. Doc is like an F in miniatures hipster tonight. No matter what game you play, it sucks, and he played it first before it was popular. I think Malifaux is great. I don't think Malifaux stinks. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just feeling sassy. I'm just feeling sassy today. You see, here's the thing. I've reached the conclusion that there's only one person in this world I can't be mean to. Let me rephrase that. There's only two people in this world I really can't be truly mean to anymore. And one of them's Kara.
Because I'll cry.
She will cry. Yeah, she'll do that. It's pretty bad. Sometimes I'll come downstairs, I'll be like, hey, and then she just starts bawling. It's a niche hobby with like 68 people who play it. Why didn't you? Well, with me, it's 69. So, Dylan, tell us about your first game of Warcrow. About my first game of Warcrow? Charles is the other one. I got a full Perdita crew, I'll sell you cheap. Oh, that's right, he does have Perdita. He's got a Buelo, too. My first game of Warcrow was at Adepticon with the demo. Tell you about it? I mean, it's good. I thought the game was really good. I will say, having played it a few more times, that I think it's definitely different than Infinity. That's for sure. I think that the game, for me, works better on a narrative level. I think when you're doing stuff like the Winds of the North thing, I think the game is at peak. Just because of the fact that you can have those little narrative things happen on the different sections of the clock. I think that is super, super inspirational. Warcraft was great before too many people liked it. Before too many people liked it. Yeah. Yeah, guys, if you want to know something, that game, they cannot keep it on the shelf. I actually physically cannot get enough models for the game because they cannot keep it in stock. I actually can't play Warcrow without proxies because the models physically do not exist. I played Warcrow for like a few years. I played it before it even came out. What do you think about that? I played it in version 0. If you have stuff at the con, I will be dumping money. They should. They announced that the elves were coming out, right? The CNN? I don't foresee myself playing Warcrow on a like going to event level. I think it's really fun, but like I said, I think the narrative aspect of it is the best part. I was playtesting it and was so tired of doing that. No, I was not. I'm just saying I played it before it came out because I was at Adepticon. I want all the Scion stuff. Yeah, you keep saying that. I have to assume it's going to be there, since the Scion stuff is in the adventure boxes. I think the only thing I'd be worried about is, are you going to have to buy more than one box? Because Dylan keeps going into stores and throwing it in the streets. I don't throw CB product on the streets, Tisdale. That would be not nice. And besides, this weekend I am doing demos for Warcrow at Captain Con. Yeah, the one in Rhode Island. As a narrative game, I think the game is incredible. I think the scenarios I've read in the rulebook are fine. I just don't think it is quite as evocative to me, anyway, because I know what I like. I bet Doc tells people he's a big deal in his local meta. Funny enough, I did say something like that today, yes. I was meeting up with some people to play one-page rules for fantasy, and they were, like, trying to... I don't know, I think, like, on some level, I think they must have been thinking I was, like, new to hobbying in general.
because like the way they were describing certain things, they were like, yeah, you know, like this is how this game works, and I was like, guys, don't worry, I know. I said, as far as like people you could have just randomly met to come in and for me to play this, you got like a hobby in gold mine. And then, you know, I told them about like the fact that I do Arachne and I got the painting stream and all that stuff. And
Did you show these guys off?
yeah,
They were some good looking boogers.
they are some really good looking boogers. And I showed them Perdita,
Nice.
who Kara didn't even know who Perdita was, even though, you know, Perdita's like in the second story in the podcast.
I mean, they didn't say that's what she's gonna look like. Or if they did, that was so long ago, I can't remember that shit.
God forbid they try to be a good ambassador for the game. No, you don't understand.
Years.
You don't understand. I was like, hey, this is what I said. I said, hey, I read the rule book. I got like one question, and it was like when you do, I think it was like Deep Strike or something like that. I said, hey, when you do Deep Strike, do you like round the units up or down? Because I was playing Nurgle Demons, and the rule in the game is you can take half of the units and put them in Deep Strike or like Ambush or whatever. And I said, hey, is it rounded up or down? Which it said up or down on the thing. I missed it when I read it. And instead of just saying up or down, they started telling me like what models were. And I was like, no, you don't have to do that. I already know. I know all that stuff. And like, yeah, this game is mostly D6. It's like, I know. I know. I read the rule book. He specifically said no CB materials in the street. Shatterpoint Legion are on the other hand. Yeah, that's a whole different kind of game. I was actually trying to sell some of my MCP stuff today. I was trying to sell my spider people. Or I did yesterday, but the guy didn't want it. And he kept asking me for Shatterpoint stuff. I was like, man, if you'd only met me a couple months ago. Wait a minute. There's no pee. He's peeing so confidently. How dare they patronize the mighty Dr.D? I, for one, am appalled. I agree. I'm right there with you. Old money. What do you mean old money?
Old money is like what new money isn't.
That's true. Are you telling me that they know what it is? I used to know what it was. But then they changed what it was. I used to be with it.
You don't even know what it is.
I know, because they changed what it was.
They moved the goalpost on you?
They did. It's not a goalpost. That's not how you say. That's not how you use that saying. You know what, guys? I'm not sure if you guys are entertained by Spicy Dylan or not. I got opinions today. I can easily stop whenever.
I don't think you're that spicy, babe.
It might be the sleep deprivation.
Maybe.
So if you guys need me to be less spicy, you just tell me. This guy's just holding his wiener.
Dude, they're guys. They'll just go watch a different stream with some hot chick on it.
He's peeing so confidently. I did try to make a joke about that comic while we were playing, because something happened, and the way magic spells in that game work, it's kind of weird. I'm not sure I like the rules for that, but you essentially roll a single dice, and if you get a 4+, a spell goes off, no matter how hard it is. And whenever the spell did, like he did a spell and it didn't go off, and I wanted to make that joke. It's like he's not casting magic at all. He's just standing there holding his wiener. But nobody would have got it. It would have only been me. They weren't used to my humor style yet. They are a little bit more attuned to it now. You could be watching that instead. Yeah, hot women do exist. I like them for their personalities myself. You are a content creator. How dare us tell you how to stream? We saw how it went for the poor miniature guy that tried to help you. Listen, I played him and we all had a great time. You know what? He texted me. Let me read what he said. Okay? He says to me, "I'm glad you liked the game. I really don't want to do another fantasy / sci-fi at the moment. I have an infinity," see what I did there, "of armies." See? We're on speaking terms. They didn't take it insultingly. But listen, I told them it's okay when they try to tell me how to measure 9 inches. No, he did not apologize at all. I was trying to measure 9 inches, and they kept trying to tell me how to measure 9 inches. It's like, my man, I know how to measure 9 inches. I was like standing there measuring 9 inches away from his units, and he's just like, do you want, like, and he's like starts to like try and measure 9 inches from his guys. I'm like, it's fine. I can handle it. Let me show you 9 inches. You know what I'm saying there, Fry Man? Boom. I give this 9 inches 5 booms. Boom, 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 boom. But they're a great group of guys. I'll probably go up there and play again. So if any of you guys are interested in one-page rules, they play it every weekend or just about in Midgard, which is where Brian, the MCP judge, that's where he does all of his stuff. Or at his house, I guess, which I'm not going to tell you where that is because that would be inappropriate. Because if I'm going to dox people, it's going to be Tizzy. I swear. I swear it was 9 inches. He kept just putting his thumb on the table. Look down and divide by 3. That's inappropriate. You guys are... Oh, that's nasty. So I've actually been toying around with the idea of doing a 12-hour stream. So that might be a thing I do in the future. Maybe we make that a big painting Nurgle day. I was talking to Visit, and we said we should do some collabing. Because he said that he thinks my models look as bad as Tizzy says they look like. He's not measuring 9 inches. He's just holding his wiener. Can we place bets on how long before he throws something? Before I throw something? Me? Why would I throw something? Hey there, fella. I can't hear your pee. Brian was at AO today for the MCP event we had. Yeah, I know. He's a good guy. Brian's super nice. Looks at the dice in the trash. I have definitely thrown dice. I started throwing... what was it? Definitely some infinity dice. I started throwing them in the parking lot because they kept legitimately rolling 18s like over and over again, and I very quickly lost my patience. I was going through a bad streak. I admit I wasn't in a good place. He throws games too. I don't throw my games. Listen, if I ever lose a game, unless it's against Kara, it's because I'm legitimately just very unlucky. I bought new Baron dice, and they rolled amazing, but I have used them for one game, so we'll see. May have just been confused with the new 5 rules. The new JSA dice that I got at Everwinter have actually been treating me fairly kindly. Like, I roll bad, but then I also roll good. I'm like, wow, is this what it feels like? Am I God? I can roll statistically average? I'm unstoppable. So lately, it's like when I play Infinity, I don't like legitimately clench my butt so hard because I expect everything to go terribly wrong. The Baron dice hate me, about to throw my second pair away.
I mean, all dice hate everybody. Baron and dice are the best at hating. If you're gonna be hated, you might as well be hated by the best. At least they're pretty.
They are pretty.
And you know you're supporting some great people.
The Baron's actually a super nice guy.
Really, really great people. And I think that, there's probably a certain way you're supposed to store dice, and rolling around in those bags is probably not it. I'm just thinking that's maybe not the best way to keep them balanced. So it might not be Baron's fault.
I'm Dylan. I know the Baron. I'm a big deal. I am a big deal. Damn, must be nice to be able to afford to throw dice out. Well, I mean, come on. I make Twitch money. I make Twitch money. I already tossed the Aleph ones.
One day he'll make Dr. Money.
She's been trying to do that for quite a while. She keeps trying to stick them in there, and I'm like, Carrie, you can't put those there.
What? Looks like it should go there. Alright, guys. I love you all. Have a good night.
Kara's going to bed.
Stay warm.
Goodbye, Kara.
Cold everywhere.
Josh says good night. As someone who I'm legally obligated to treat better than anyone else I know, Ernie, I'm super sorry to hear about your dice, buddy. Do you want a back rub? Tizzy said good night. This camera's just like not pointing in the right spot at all. I keep putting it too close to my face. Oh, I'm going to repeat this more times. Tomorrow's stream might be a little late. I'm doing an interview with somebody for the podcast, and he can only do stuff on Mondays, so tomorrow I might be a little late. I'm talking to the guy in charge of Mythic America. Who's another person I could just casually name drop. He charges $75 for 10 minutes for the rub. It's not 75, it's 70. And it's 7 minutes, not 10. Yeah, and he uses 3 of those minutes warming up the lotion. That's why it's only 7 minutes. You don't need... Listen, Tizzy, if you're good, you don't need that much time. If they come in, you do what you gotta do, and then they leave. It's very easy. That's the good thing about Cairo, is that it doesn't take long. And if somebody needs a little extra time, I give it to them. Or if I'm like, hey, this needs a little more attention, and they're worried about it, I'll be like, hey, can you just meet me when I have a little more time? It's like I don't force them out. I'm just like, I don't want to waste their time. They got stuff they got to do. Yo, Jimbo. Yeah, and use this 3 charge 10. This music is something. Oh, you guys can't hear. Can you guys not hear music? Is there no music? Got a raid? Grave Mystique, thank you very much for the raid. There it is. Yeah, good timing on the sound. Welcome. Welcome, raiders. We are here just painting along. Grave mistake. 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 That's clever. That's really good. Welcome, raiders. We're painting a bunny. That sash is red. What we got? New follower. Thank you, Grave Mistake. That name is gonna make me laugh every time I see it. What were you guys doing? How was your stream? I think these are gonna be blue. These are gonna be blue. Need a dark blue. Dark blue. Where is my dark blue? Cheers, Bud was playing Blood Bowl, but no one else was playing. Well, I mean, I've played Blood Bowl in person, I guess if that matters. If that changes anything. Actually, supposedly we got a Blood Bowl league coming up. So if you guys want to talk Blood Bowl, I can talk it. I'm not good, but I can talk about it. I think I'm gonna be playing Marauders. I'm gonna be playing Norse. Have a good stream. Thank you. Making me hungry, but also not. Hungry for what? We're painting a bun. That should also probably be black. I think my biggest issue with this model is some of the stuff is just kind of hard to see. It's just very dark. Grave steak sounds like it would give indigestion at the least. If you or anyone else feels like watching some Blood Bowl 3, don't be afraid to follow me. I'm just a C-tier Blood Bowl coach from New Zealand. Brother, let me tell you, Blood Bowl's sick. It's a great game. I used to watch a lot of C-Nor. Like, I was really big into Blood Bowl 2. Like, I used to really love playing that. So, yeah, I highly recommend it. If anybody's even remotely curious, go check them out. It's a great game. X-Paxis here plays a ton of it. And like I said, supposedly there's going to be a league for it starting locally here pretty soon. I've always wanted to make a full Blood Bowl table. I think it looks a lot cooler than just playing on like one of those mats, but actually having like the ingrained like field markings and stuff like the grid. Yeah, I think it'd be really cool. My biggest issue with a lot of those things is like, where do you store it? You know, like after you're finished with it, like where do you put it? It's like you'd have to play a lot of Blood Bowl to make, make the amount of investment for something like that to be like totally worth it. Which I know some people that do that. Like I said, X-Paxis, like if he made one, I think he would use it like literally every day with how much that guy plays Blood Bowl. But Blood Bowl, I mean, it's a game that if you can play it, it makes you a better person, just because you get very good at controlling your emotions. And also, it should be noted, I won the PCN Championship, the first one, first season. And I did it without even knowing what the hell was going on. I will say, painting this makes me think of Blue-Eyed Samurai. Has anyone here actually seen that? I think it's on Netflix? Netflix, I think. It's very good. Josh, you need to finish it. I'm going to warn you, Josh. If you're not careful, you're not going to ever get coffee again, because coffee's for closers. Just finished watching Arcane, though. That's a great show. I got halfway through season 2. Halfway. I don't have Netflix, though. So I watch it whenever I go donate blood, which I have coming up again in like a couple weeks, so I'll be able to finish it. You can have your revenge if you're willing to pay the price. You can have your revenge if you're willing to pay the price. If that's a pun, I don't understand it. Perky. I know you usually come in here with the hot puns, but I don't get that one.
I woke up again at 5 a.m. Can't get you off my mind. Can't figure out who I am if I can't call you mine. These four walls come caving in. I can't get no rest.
Okay, that's gonna be red. That's gonna be blue, and that is green. Thankfully, the blue is very much just like a straight up just blue. Well, if you come to my house and play a game, we will have ice cream cake and watch Arcane in the game room while we play. Is this a joke? Is this a joke? Am I a joke to you? There's only one thing I'll watch while playing games, and it's the director's cuts of Led Zeppelin music videos. We've already talked about this. And I promise I'll yell "Ma meatloaf." I don't dad joke about ice cream cakes. I didn't say you dad joking. I was talking to Perky. Clearly, it's Conan the Barbarian. I hate you. I hate you! Conan the Barbarian is not my favorite thing to watch while trying to concentrate. So now you can kind of see that it's coming to life a little bit more. Right now the model's very black. So Ernie's brilliant thing was Ernie wants to play Lynn, right? Who does the storytelling stuff. And he thought it was clever that Mr. Yojimbo here was from a comic book, right? So it fits with the book theme. I mean, he keeps giving me all this crap. I mean, look at this thing. I gotta paint this. Story of Rajan. Story of Than Gyung. Story of Sun Wukong. That's Goku. That's who Goku's based on. It just doesn't end. I so badly want to remix Conan with some Led Zeppelin. Yo, that'd be sick. Sick. Also, as a warning, tomorrow we will be playing King of the Castle after I'm done with the interview. And Kara will be in charge, but I will be here. So we will probably start, if I had to guess, around 8 o'clock. So we need people to show up. We need at least 3 people who are willing to play. So it'd be Stellar Migueler if you guys could help. You alright, Josh? You're out tomorrow! We're playing King of the Castle tomorrow, Tisdale. That's the thing where they vote. It's like that role-playing thing we were doing before. Well, if Wilmar's not here, we're in trouble. Like I said, we need at least 3 people to at least get started. I guess one of them will be me. So I'll just make sure I go to the Grandes and I ruin that country for when Wilmar decides to get his butt back. Are you going to join us, Tisdale? You going to join us for making fun of the medieval way of life? Explain it? Okay. This Twitch streamer is the king of the country. And each of the people in the stream, so the audience, can join the game and you become like a noble for one of the 3 kingdoms inside the empire. And the queen, or the king, is trying to essentially like keep the country together. And the nobles all have like conspiracy theories that they're trying to fulfill their own goals so that they can take over the country. And so while this is happening, all the nobles are voting on what happens to the kingdom. I kept dying. And Kara's heir took over the country. So I'm going to let her actually play it out. But it's like a Twitch interactive game. So you and your wife could join and you can both cause hectic, frantic panic. But the hardest part is getting enough people to start at the beginning. You handed that. I did not hand it to Kara. I thought victory was assured. I let my guard down, I guess. I didn't hand nothing to nobody. That would be amazing, Tizzy. I'd really appreciate that. Kara is a little self-conscious because every time she's tried to help, nobody shows up to the stream. Or I say nobody. Very few people show up. And she's a little, I think she's getting a little self-conscious about it. It was sad watching you give it to them. What do you mean it was sad? You people voted! When are you gonna realize that I'm not the one in control of the situation? You want? Yeah, I would love for you to come. You and the wife? You can cause hectic, frantic panic, like I said. I'll be there. Boop. Little bit of white. Little bit of white. What are you trying to say, Wilmar? We are Americans, always down to overthrow a monarch. I'm sure Carol will love it. And you always cause hectic, frantic panic, so... I mean, I like to pride myself. I like to pride myself in panic. I'd like to say that I'm all panic and no disco. But yes, the game is much better when a bunch of people are here to play it. And I've actually been thinking about 3D printing a little crown. It won't be ready for the next one, but this has been happening enough times for it to be consistent that I might print a little crown. Look at that. What do you think of that, Ernster? It's starting to get color. So this is a model for Ernesto. There's a couple quick little things I try and do in between the Nurgle models so that I don't get too far behind. But there is going to be a lot of Nurgle stuff coming up. And also, we should do a whip it out today. Yeah, so we'll do a whip it out. Let's do a couple minutes. Actually, let me post it. It's been a little while since we've done a post edit. Whip it out. Oop, I see some MCP. Your Legion box is most assuredly on the list. I don't know about soon, but it is on that list. Because you didn't cancel Adepticon, which has created a host of problems. You kept telling me you were going to cancel Adepticon, but then all you did was move it. You moved it to some place literally no one has ever heard of. Wisconsin? Like what? See, it did it again. It won't let me... It won't let me just post the stupid link. Oh, for the love of God. Yeah, I can't actually link the damn thing. I will say, every time I put paint on this thing, as more and more of that glossy black goes away from the primer, man, it looks so much better. So much better. Okay. We'll do a quick whip it out. It's time for the whip it out. The whip it out. Gonna whip it out. Alright, let me just get all the pictures ready. Okay. Here we go. Alright, this is from Spidey Dude. It's a Spidey Dude. Very, very clearly in the starting stages, but this Turbo Dark Blue is just so sexy to not share. It's Nova! And he's using Turbo Dork. There's a Halo Flashpoint line of paints. Man, look at this world we're into. Look at what is happening in this world. I like that though. That's a cool. I really like that blue. That's blue, I assume. Yeah, blue. Yeah, I like it. That's a good color combo. It's Josh. By the way, I'm not sure if anybody has seen it yet, but if you go into the Discord, he's posted all of his painted Malifaux stuff for his Bygone keyword. And it looks great. He did a little OSL too, as you can see. It looks really good. He has a tape measure, which is pretty useful. There's an Wu warrior. But he's painting a Gaki. Gaki are, in Malifaux, they are angry, hungry Japanese spirits. And their whole goal is to eat. And they can never be fully satiated. But he went with a bit of a bloody effect here. Interesting idea going for the white. It kind of makes him look like it looks like a wedding dress. I like it though. I like that purple skin. And the nails look great. Thankfully these models are pretty simple. There's a back shot. Got the skin in between the folds. It's always good. I like it. I like it. I was attempting to do white with base of scrag. Is that what that is? I can kind of see it there. Are you saying you're trying to paint like a dirty white? Or are you just making fun of me? Poor attempt. Okay. What you can do is you can take a really, really watered down version of it and you can get it in the folds here. This is like perfect training for this. Like you take that base scrag brown. And you really, really just water it down. You don't want to, but then it's like when you pick it up with your brush, you're going to want to make sure you wipe off a lot of it. Either like on a paper towel or something. Because if it's too watery, what's going to happen is you're going to coffee ring it. And it's going to look kind of bad. And then you'll get frustrated. Because that's what I used to do. All like over and over again. So if you don't want to do that, you just take it. And you want it to be very glazy. You really, really don't want it to be too thin, because then it'll do that coffee stain. And I would actually just start up here and slowly work my way out. And I would just take it as slow as you feel like you need to. Like this fold right here is like perfect training material right here. That fold going along the butt. And then you can start learning it here, and like where it's already naturally got that like brown stain to it. Those are great places for it because that shows you where the folds are. I would probably try and do it like right there, in between where the hood meets the neck. I'd probably try and get some in there. Right here too. And then on the folds, you could do a little bit like right there. Like it's not as much as you think. You just put a little bit there and let it dry, and you might be pleasantly surprised with how okay you are with it. But it just takes practice. But my number one rule is, when it comes to like special effects like blood like this, you have to make sure, in my opinion, that everything is painted before you put something on top of it. So like with my Nurgle boys, when it comes to the water effects and all that stuff, like the model has to be done before I'm allowed to do that. Does that make sense? Like, you were doing your best here. Like, you probably didn't think you were going to do much more on this, but I still think you could go in there with the Scrag Brown and get those folds. Like, underneath the hand and stuff. Maybe even a little bit, like, around where the beginning of the fingernail meets the hand. Because that would make a really good, like, differentiation. Alright, and now we have Chris. He's painting a remote for Nomads. This is the guided missile bot, the Zond, not the Meteor Zond, Vertigo Zond. It's pretty good. I'm digging the colors. I like this color differentiation right here. That's super smooth. I'm assuming he's going to paint this a different color, which is why it looks so splotchy. Looks like he's got some cat hair. I like it. There you go. I don't play that faction because I choose to be happy Nomad. Nomads are great. I don't know what you're talking about. So actually, in that same vein of thought, Josh, I'm going to do something similar here. So this red is probably a little too bright for what I want to do. I need this red to be a little bit more toned down, just based on the art. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of get the highlights in here. And on your end, it may not look like much. So, like, that's a good example. Like, there's too much water in that. I'm not sure if the camera's going to show it because it's really shiny. But, like, if you have too much water, it's not gonna work correctly, and it's just gonna run. It's gonna run away from your brush. So, like, right now, I'm gonna put these highlights in, right? And this is as dry as I can possibly get it, because what you want to do is you just want it to hit that spot, and you don't want it to move. So it's easy with a highlight, because as long as you hit the high points, it's gonna stick. But you don't need, like... So, like, when I'm pulling paint off of my palette, this has been here for, like, a day or two. You see how dry it is? That's a bit of an advantage, because I can just kind of pick up a little bit of it. Like, that's the benefit of the wet palette, is it kind of keeps it in this weird half-dried state. And then you can pick it up on the brush. So you see how it's kind of there? So it's, like, sort of a dry brush. And I'm just going to kind of put it in a few spots to give it the highlight. And I'm just making sure I keep it going in the direction of the light, which is over here for me. So the light's coming from this direction. And this will make more sense in a second when I start talking about the shade. Because that's actually what you were asking about. Or I guess you didn't ask. That's just kind of what I'm getting at. It'd also help if I completely finished painting all the stuff I was going to paint red before I got ahead of myself. Alright, while that's drying, I will get some paint on this, like, I'm assuming, like a little coin purse. Man. Tomorrow I gotta go visit a physical, or not a physical, not a physical therapist, a personal trainer who I might be working with pretty soon. He is an ergonomic specialist, and we might get ourselves a working relationship. He came and saw me do my work in my office, and he admitted that he was blown away with some of the stuff I did. I may not talk about it on here very much, mostly because I know you guys will make fun of me, but I'm a very good chiro. It does sound made up, doesn't it? I'm a very, very, very good chiro. So that means I gotta wake up early tomorrow so that I can get to his office. Because he's gonna show me his facility. Yay! But he specializes in corporate ergonomics. He probably got his degree at a Denny's. Just like to listen. I offered somebody free chiro. Somebody that you know. I offered to do it for free. And because he's always complaining about his back pain or whatever. And he not only canceled, but he has not gotten back to me. So it's, you know, it's funny when people complain to me about their back pain. I'm like, well, do you want me to fix it for you? And they're like, yes. They can't even show up. They can't even show up. Even today, somebody complained to me about having sciatica. And I was like, have you tried this? And they're like, yeah, I really should do something. Like, they didn't even listen to what I said. I was like, if you do this, it'll probably go away. Yeah, I should do something about it. Like, bro, that's not what I said. You should do this thing. Not made up. I'm curious to hear more about it. What, the... Oh, the physical trainer? Yeah, he... He's a personal trainer who used to work for I think it was like a startup IT company or something like that. And he decided to get into personal training just because he didn't like the lifestyle. And so his whole shtick is he trains the muscles of people who work at desks and stuff to stop them from getting like upper back pain and all that. Me and Tizzy will rock, paper, scissors for the free sessions. It wasn't a free session. You don't understand. It wasn't like, yeah, come in, free thing. I said I was going to do everything for free. Pro bono. I was going to take x-rays. I was going to do all of it for free. Didn't show up. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. This is why you can't... Tizzy, this is why you have to charge money. Because if you don't, people will not take it seriously. You know, shit. Alright, so you see how red that is? It's pretty great. I love that red. But the problem with this red is that you can't highlight it much more, because then it stops being red and it turns into an orange. And Usagi's red is not orange. So what you do is I'm gonna take some black, just a little bit of like a airbrush black, and I'm gonna give it quite a bit of water. And by quite a bit, I mean like just a little bit, like a little dip, just a little dip potato chip. Boning for free, know what I mean? You know what I mean from it? Price is a message, a zero price message. Yeah, I agree. That's why I usually don't offer to do stuff for free. So anyway, like I was saying about what I was talking about before, Josh, is I'm taking this like black, and it's sort of watery, but do you notice that when I put it down, it like doesn't really go anywhere? Let's see if I can get this nice and close. So let me show you. Doing this arm. Okay, so we're working on like the far away part of this vambrace. There's like just the tiniest bit of black on the brush. And you just drag it a little bit. Do you notice how it doesn't run? Like that paint didn't go anywhere. It's watery, but it's on the brush, and it's not like even when I rub it on my finger, like it doesn't really go anywhere because it's really, really thin. And so then I go in here. And then when you do that, you'll see you get this really good gradient here. Focus. There it is. You notice how you get... Oh, it takes a little... I'm going to clean it up a little bit, but... Do you notice how you kind of get that fade? And that is essentially what glazing is. And if you want to adjust it a little bit, you just take the previous color again, kind of water down. And you just work it. You just work it, girl. And there you go. You just became a Golden Demon winner. You did it. Maybe you could win the Worthy. Because I know I can't. I can't even get not last. And all I got for it was a diorama of all the work I did for literally no reason. But anyway, so like that whole concept, that'll help you get that white you're after. You just want to do it with a brown. And technically you can do it with any color, to be honest. Because I noticed that when I was trying to learn how to do this, my brush was just always just too wet. And there you go. Clean up this black a little bit. Alright, so the thing about this that's going to take the longest is doing all this gold trim. There's a reason I don't play Chaos Space Marines, and it's because there's too much trim. So Tizzy, and by Tizzy I mean Ernie, is trying to kill me here. And when this model's done, I might go in here and kind of like refine this black a little bit, just to kind of get like a little funk. All right, so all the trim on Yojimbo is gold, so we got a lot of that coming. So we're using old Necro gold from scale 75. So, guys, let me tell you something. I got a new computer today, thanks to the amazingness that is Ernesto. And I am so excited to install it to play terrible games. Games that I can't Twitch because you guys don't want to watch it. Jeez. Oh. It's been a while. It's been a while before I got the knock. Oh god, you got me. Jeez. Listen, you guys can know I'm playing it. It's just you guys don't want to watch me playing it. Listen, I really like First Descendants. And not only because of attractive waifu. There's a lot of attractive waifu butt in that game. But it's got a fun little game cycle that I enjoy. I wish the game had some kind of guild system, because I admit I feel a little alone when I play it, but it's fine. I can manage. I'm a big boy. It's definitely a Korean game, though. It's definitely a Korean live service game or whatever. It's very grindy, which I kind of like. It lets me just turn my brain off for a little while. Which I think I might be getting close to endgame stuff. I've been waiting for a long while to do that. I was just scaring the crap out of me. Yeah, no, it was a good job. I was just thinking about the knock. Yeah, after Thursday, I'll make an account of First Descendants to compare to Destiny. It's very similar to Destiny. I've been told it's very similar to Warframe. I've never played Warframe. The only complaint I've really heard about the game is that there's not a lot to it quite yet. But the game's only been out for like 6 months. And, yeah, people complain that it doesn't have as much stuff in it to do as Warframe, but Warframe's been out for like 10 years. I'm gonna take you on a trip here. No, don't flip. Look at that chunk. Junk! Stop licking your feet. Yeah, I know what you're doing. Why after Thursday? Did something happen Thursday? And I did finally cave in, and I bought the money battle pass just because I've been playing the game so much that I had pretty much unlocked the entire thing, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And I could buy the skin I was after. Which, guess what? It's a cop outfit. Oh, you don't have a video. You still don't have your video card. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you said you were gonna. That's right. You said you were gonna buy a new one. Yeah, that's right. That's what that was a reference to. Yeah, as long as you're not expecting some like breaking gameplay, it's fun. As said, I just kind of enjoy the brain offness. I will say I kind of wish the game had more like tactics in regards to like I guess like dungeons, I guess. They don't release till then. I'm gonna hope it go well and I get one. I mean, even if you don't get like one of the new ones, would you just buy an older one? Or are you gonna wait until you can actually get your hands on one? I admit I don't know a ton about computers. I know how to, generally speaking, use one to survive. But I've noticed as I get older, my ability to use computers is getting harder and harder. You're gonna wait. Oh, great. It's on consoles. It's cross-compatible. You have a PlayStation, don't you? But yeah, it's on Xbox and PlayStation. Since I'm not playing video games, I am getting a ton of hobbying. Okay, that's good. Don't let me interrupt that. Only point I was getting to is you don't have to. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait if you don't want to. Yeah, you have a. I think you have a PlayStation though, don't you? Like I said, I'll probably play it later tonight. Get my at least do my dailies for the for Chinese New Year. Or the new Lunar New Year, whatever you want to call it. I'm a gettin' while the getting's good, as they say. But from what I can tell, it's got similarities to Destiny, but the dungeons don't take as long. Most of the things you do in that game, if... Like, on solo mode, I can run through a lot of the missions in, like, 10 minutes. Like, I've done the Void Vessel so many times, like, I know everything pretty much by heart. And I can slam it out, like, 8 minutes. And that includes, like, running around, collecting all the stuff, murdering the boss. And I think most dungeons are kind of like that. Red envelopes for everyone. Red envelopes. Red envelopes. What does that mean? Is that a TikTok thing or something? Chinese Chinese New Year, right. I really like the sound of that. I would likely be having my kiddos play with me at times, so that is great. Short is good. Yeah, the missions are really short. It's the game is like is supposed to be going. You're supposed to go very fast. And even the first character you unlock after the first 3. Oh, that's perfect too, because there's 3 starting characters. Each one of you could pick one. Not that it matters. I think Lepic is probably the best, but the first character you unlock is Bunny, and she makes running missions like a cakewalk. She's probably my favorite character. I really like her. She's super chirpy, which I love. And the game is more skill-centric than Destiny. From what I understand, Destiny, the guns and stuff you use really matter. Not so much in this game. I've noticed that it's more about your ability use than it is about actually like shooting stuff. Which I think the shooting is really good, in my opinion. But I think the guns are mostly there to support your skill usage, not the other way around. There's a few exceptions to that where some characters mess with guns a little bit more. Like I think Blair really helps with guns. I think Glee really is a gun user. But like with Bunny, you could probably run a dungeon and not fire the gun once. You picked Ajax. Yeah, I went with Ajax too. I thought I kind of like him. Ajax I think is really good in certain situations, but I don't think he's not very good at speed running. But I think Ajax is pretty solid. I would say if you're gonna play with your kids, that's probably fine. There's a little TNA going on, which is it's like there's nothing egregious, like there's no nudity by any means, but there's gonna be a very voluptuous, attractive lady butt in front of your face a lot. Which, as a professional lady enjoyer, I'm fine with, but just so you know. So if you're playing it and your wife comes in, just you can explain. Lots of bikini skins, yeah. There are a few. There's a few of those. And the new character they put out, there's actually like if you look at it from a certain angle, there's actually a little bit of a camel toe going on. I didn't know that until I saw it on a Reddit post. I was looking up builds, and they showed it, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's what that is." Like actual nudity, they watch anime and literally play waifu. Oh, if they're playing waifu games, they're fine. Yeah, waifus, not waifu. Okay. There's no nudity. There's no nudity in it, but like I said, it's very attractive ladies. There's no nudity. I don't think it's a problem. I just figured you should know. Before you let your kids play. I don't think they're going to see anything that's going to like blow their minds. I figured I would just tell you. Oh my. I will say, if it makes you feel better, Wilmar is like he world firsted ultra hard mode because of how much he plays. I'm not good enough at the game to play with him, but I will tell you Wilmar's very good. Wilmar, that's what your podcast should be about. Dylan doesn't so much play as much as he loads the game and lets Bunny run through her idle animations. Apparently, Bunny I don't even think is the worst one. The new one, what is her name? Ines? She'll like legitimately do like kissy faces and stuff, which I thought was kind of funny. I have not unlocked her yet, so I don't know how true that is. I don't think I've actually sat still long enough to see idle animations. Camera. But whatever, you know, I figured I'd offer if anybody's interested in playing it with me. I've really been enjoying it. I'm a little sad that the game doesn't have like I said, like a guild system or something like that. Because I always like to meet new people playing games. Like I like to be social in those situations, but there's no one to talk to. But I try to play it a little bit every day so I can keep my sanity. My reasoning being, if nobody else is going to get stuff painted because they're playing video games, then I deserve to play video games every once in a while too. The ultimate characters are basically naked and they all have insane jiggle. Grimdark Barbie, you are not wrong. Bunny, other than her outfit, got a few... she got 2 other major enhancements. Shall we say? I actually couldn't take the skin anymore. I had to get the cop one. Because I like my characters to wear clothes. Don't get me wrong, I love females. I love the way they look. And I'll unapologetically say that I find ladies attractive, but there's enough is enough. Don't know. I like the Ice Chick and the Poison one, but I stopped playing that game a while back. Yeah, because it hasn't been out that long. Like I said, I think it's been like 6-7 months. Is it worse than Marvel Rivals? Because that game looks took some serious liberties with the characters. Well, I guess it's kind of different because in Marvel Rivals, like, there's established characters, right? Like, Sue Storm, it's always been established that Sue Storm is, like, is a pretty, like, attractive lady. But, yeah, her new little suit is kind of got a little bit of that, Lululemon, butt pants thing going on, doesn't it? And again, unapologetically, I love looking at ladies, okay? If you're a lady... You know, I know. I'm not creepy about it. But we can be adults. And there's a point where enough is enough. I like my ladies dressed as much as I like them undressed. It's fine. We can all be adults here. Actually, you know, that's the... I might not be as sensitive to it as some, like, other people, but I feel like the jiggle physics in First Ascent actually isn't... not the First Ascent. The First Ascendant. I feel like the jiggle physics aren't quite that bad that I've seen. I haven't played in a while, but yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, like, I don't know, maybe they changed it up a little bit. Like, I don't doubt that there is jiggling, but... I haven't seen it. Like, I admit I haven't really been looking. Obviously, it's a Korean game, so there are... I don't know how like Japanese and Korean people see these things, but let me just say, as an expert on the human body, they don't move that much. Also, hi Grimdark Barbie. Welcome. Commence with the juggling! Was that a slip? What did I slip? I am doing very good, Barbie. How about you? I was just talking to Visit yesterday about how you haven't been streaming. Because I even asked him, I was like, I feel like I haven't seen her come on. And he's like, yeah, apparently you're like reading a book. I think is what he said. I'm doing well. I took the week off last week to read. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. How's the kid? You'll be back on tomorrow morning, sweet. I might be able to catch some of that. I have to go. I gotta go meet up with a personal trainer to help with get some referrals and stuff for the business, and I can send some people to him. So I might be able to catch the end of it, depending on how long you go. Maybe I'll pop on when I go get a coffee. He's good, a little stuffy because the weather here has been crap, but good. Yeah, he was sick or something last time, right? But if it's just allergies, that's better, at least. Murder Bunny. Actually, Grimdark, I don't think you've ever actually seen anything I've painted. He had pneumonia. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's brutal. Yeah, pneumonia as a kid? Not a fan. Yeah, speaking of the female form. This is one of Weird's original Malifaux models. This is Perdita for Guild. I finished her in like a night. I probably finished this in like 2 hours. Yeah, she's got some she's got a particular set of assets, shall we say. She's got some hair on her too. All of the original Malifaux ladies, they weren't doing too bad. Let's just put it that way. So here's one of the other original ones that I was just working on. Even she's a little on the chesty side, but she decided to cover up, you know. But she's a wizard, you know. She can be okay with that. Also, I got this from Ernesto today. I finally got my hands on a Cassie. This is one of my favorite models from 2nd edition. It's one of the showgirls. I did not do this paint job. I'll probably strip it and repaint this, but oh yeah, Sonya. I love Sonya. Yeah, Sonya's the witch hunter leader. So she runs around Malifaux and kills all the evil witches. And then she gets possessed by, like, an evil god. Which is... I got that version of the model, too, but... actually, thanks to Ernie... Let me go grab it. Ugh. I suspect I'm going to be moving into some Sonya and stuff for the guild run. But I think I have every version of Sonya now. And there's only one version of Perdita I don't have, but I don't like her normal model. So, there's a couple different versions of Sonya. Not that anybody really cares, but they did a redo on her original version, which honestly I'm not a huge fan of. I'm probably going to use this for the other side, just because I don't think I would use this in normal Malifaux. But as you can see, it's supposed to be the same model. I think the old one is actually significantly better. I don't like how tall and lanky she is. This is the redo version of her, where she puts on a mask to contain the evil god thing. And I bought this like giant firewall thing, because she used to be able to put up firewalls and stuff. But that's something I'll work on. And then thanks to Ernesto, there's a version of her burning some guy alive. which we might paint this on stream. This is actually like a diorama piece, and this one's actually for playing with. But I'm a big fan of Sonya. I think she's a total bitch, but she's great. That one's sick. Yeah, and eventually this is stuff for Kara, but I'm gonna have to paint Mrs. Nekema, otherwise known as Big Demon Mommy. So again, this is one of those cases of scale creep. This is the original Nekema. And again, she's a little bit on the boobalicious side, shall we say, but she got a little bigger. She got a tiny bit bigger. And just as a reminder for everybody, we did finish up some Nurgle. This is going to be the stuff we put in for Adepticon. Hopefully I'm going to get a best painted in army for when we do the old world. He's coming out on the beach. It's Nurgle Beach Body Day, boys. Yeah, dude, Nekema's big. Yeah, dude, yeah, Barbie, you're not wrong. The new one is so much bigger. It's crazy. But yeah, Nurgle Boy. The other Nurgle Boy. I finished an entire unit of the Blight Kings. We'll have an entire army of these guys. We got a little Nurgle playing in the water. He's having a good time. Yeah, the purple blue's so good, isn't it? Thank you. It's so good. But I think an entire army painted up like this, you know, because the demons are going to be pretty similar. I think it's going to look really good. So I'm hoping that striking green yet again gets me the win. Oh man! And then at some point for the painting contest, I actually got to, not for the painting contest, for my narrative league, I actually have to finish this damsel for Batonians. Also, you know what? It's kind of a repeating theme. Also, very low cut on the shirt. Like, got a lot going on there, lady. You're supposed to be like a modest lady. You're supposed to be a damsel, and I don't know. I feel like you're gonna make those knights lose track of what they're doing. But anyway, glad to hear things are going your way, Barb. Hope the book was worth it. I think ultimately that's why a lot of us painters, we like to play video games every once in a while on the stream, just because it's a nice little refresh. I'm glad your use of time was more constructive. You waited a year for it? Oh, that's awesome. Whoever made the game is a boob guy. Yeah. I hate to tell you, Barb. I think most guys are boob guys. It's battle cleavage. And then I got scared of her and rushed with Parson, who shamed. Yeah. Kara is not sure when to be okay with watching her models die. So every time they run in, she thinks every model needs to survive. And Nekema's goal is to not survive. Yeah, she goes in there to do lots of damage and hopefully murder enough stuff to make you really sad before she eventually dies. Alright, is there any other gold on this guy? Actually, that gold trim didn't take as long as I thought it was going to take. Alright, gold, gold, gold. Do little spots. What book was it, out of curiosity? I wouldn't necessarily say it was constructive. It is definitely a half. Yeah, it's definitely a half smut. Actually, it's funny you say that. Kara was talking about something like this with me lately. Apparently it's like some. It was like some fairy book, and she said it was very smutty. She said it. Yeah, actually, I think that's how she described it. It was like half smut. Was your book about fairies? Onyx Storm, 3rd book, and the 4th thing. Oh, I couldn't tell you the specifics. She didn't tell me much more than it was about fairies. Onyx Storm. No, the one I was reading is about her. Oh, Jesus Christ, yes. She's... Yep. I don't know if she's reading that one right now, but she's definitely talked about this. Yeah, it's like Dragon Riders. I remember she put it on in the car while we were driving to like New York or something. I think it was the first book. And it was like the main character was supposed to be like a scholar or something. This is all I remember. I was there for like the very beginning of the book. Like her mom is in charge of like the Dragon Rider trainer school. She was supposed to be a scholar, and her sister was supposed to be a Dragon Rider or something like that, and then she died. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the one. All right. Yeah, no, I'm vaguely aware. And I was just listening to it while we were driving. I was like, la 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 la, and she was like, she had just started listening to it. Yeah, as soon as I started hearing it, I was like, this is young adult, isn't it? This is like some young adult book. Yeah, I don't know any of the love interests. I don't know any of it. All I know is that supposedly there's a point in the book where the character makes a bad decision, and she said something along the lines of, I'm so tired of these young adult books where the characters always make these bad decisions like on purpose. And I was like, yeah, Kara, that happens because otherwise it wouldn't be a plot. That's so funny. That's amazing. I knew exactly what you were talking about. It is definitely not young adult. It is very descriptive. Oh, that's good. But yeah, the writing isn't great. The writing isn't great. She told me that it was very much a like it was a young adult book, but written by and for adults, is how she described it. So she said that it was not as bad as like a young adult book, which it sounds like that's kind of what you're saying. That's funny. That's funny that I knew exactly what you were talking about. Oh shit. And she kept saying that as she was listening to it, she had to take breaks just because of how like how steamy it got. Oh man, that's funny. That's amazing. Oh man. Which it goes to show you something Keith said to me that I thought was very clever was when I was making fun of him for playing Marvel Rivals and not looking at Sue Storm's butt, right? He said, "Listen, buddy, when I play video games, my wife doesn't ask questions, and I don't ask any questions about the book she's reading." Oh, I was like, that's good. That's good. That's good stuff. I do not have this problem. I could read it in public with a straight face. Well, girl, you must be stronger than some. I'll give you credit where it's due. I think if I were to read it out in public, I'd be like, oh my. So I guess that's the thing, right? Hero and looter shooters are just male's version of Dragon Rider smut books. I also just consumed books. I read it in like 2 days. Why'd you take a whole week off then? I have been slowly trying to read the Rezer book for Malifaux for like months, and I just... When I sit there, I'm like, I can either read or I can paint. And one of them usually always wins out. And it's not reading. Just put it that way. You only stream 3 days a week, right? Okay, well, yeah, I guess that makes sense then. Yeah, because you can only do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? Because you said you work the other half of the week. Because you're a waitress? A waitress in the town I lived in for a very long time. The irony. Yeah, I work Thursday through Saturday. Yes, you are a waitress, right? Boom. Nothing wrong with being a waitress, that's for sure. Make the world go round for a lot of people, that's for sure. Well, glad you got what you needed out of that book. Which, by the way, I remember you saying you were moving at some point. You're gonna have to get into the Malifaux scene. If you want, if you want boobalicious characters. Now I have a month until my new actual fantasy book comes out. Oh, you went to Collective! Yeah, there you go! Yay! I used to, because before it was the Collective, it was a Coliseum of Comics. Because I guess the guy that owns the Collective is like, I think it was like, he's like the brother or something like that of the owner of Coliseum, and they used to work together, but I guess they had some kind of falling out, which is why it's named different. I have one of their original shirts upstairs because I won it when I won the Kill Team, because they did a Kill Team event that I think I won it. But that was back when they were still at the Altamont Mall? Is that where it was? I really dig their new location. The new location looks really good. It just I don't know, every time I was there, admittedly I was always there when I was in Florida for something else, it always felt kind of empty. It didn't really seem like there was anybody there playing anything. But again, I was kind of there at weird hours. In the middle of the week, because I would stop there and I'd be looking for comics, but nobody would be there actually playing. Now I have I like it way better than Coliseum. Yeah, because it depends on which Coliseum you went to. Are you talking about the one in Kissimmee? I think is that the only one? Is that the only Coliseum left? Is it just the one? No, they have other ones. Yeah, the one I used to go to was the one in Kissimmee. No, because they have one right next to the Oviedo Mall, I think. Yeah, there are. Yeah, I guess it depends on which one you went to. I think the one in Kissimmee is the model one, from what I remember. Like that's the one that I used to go to for like 40K. And friggin' Brohammer used to play there. Like the guys that would win like national events, that was just like their store. So they'd be sitting there practicing the lists that would win like LVO and stuff. And you might just like accidentally plague them. And you know, I was just like, I'm an idiot, don't hurt me please. Thankfully I never had to play them. I was a bad man back then. I used to play Tau. I was a bad man. Bad man. But yeah, Collective's good. It's a good store. I liked it. If you come up here, Battle Standards is a really nice store. I went there for some Malifaux stuff. It's very good. There's a lot of good stores up here, actually. All right, Ernie. You got any creative differences that I should be worried about here? Why is this so shiny? Oh, that's copper. Oops. Oopsie. It's 11 o'clock. Okay, I'll probably wrap up in like 10, 20 minutes. I would like to finish this model. I think we can do that. I actually legitimately think we can do that. What color are our bunny eyes? I guess we just paint regular looking eyes. Nope, looks amazing. Keep on keeping on. Okay. Okay. Okay, Dad. I got it. I was a little worried. I feel like I've been having a tough time trying to focus. I don't think it affected the model much though. I think it just happens whenever I start painting trim. I think my eyeballs just literally start to glaze. Okay, now we got to get his snoofer. You know the usual. Chimeric's black. Alright, Ernie, what's your decision on First Ascendant? Are you going to move your PlayStation into the bathroom? He's a bunny! Ooh, that's soggy. Why is the PlayStation going to the back? I'll play but done. No, yeah, no, I didn't expect it to. Because he's married, Barbie. And we, historically speaking, probably torment his wife more than we should. He gets a lot of weird. She gets a lot of weird messages from me every single time I buy something from Ernie. Does this cause problems with video games? In the bath, I guess it kind of depends on the. I guess it depends on the reception, right? I guess as long as you have a good wire, I guess maybe not. Thankfully, Ernie's bathroom's pretty close to his TV. Only place where there is peace and quiet is the wife and the kids. That's fair. Alrighty, we're gonna do some eyeballs. Alright, I think we're gonna switch it to some of the classics here, music-wise. I need it to pump. Give myself the pump.
Under the neon lights, Dr.D takes his stand. With a brush in his grip, he's got the world in his hand.
Okay. Says every father in all, all universes. Yeah, dude. I'm just happy. I guess I'm not happy I don't have one. I'm lucky that I can focus. Okay, all that's left is the blades? Question mark? Oh, the grips.
chaos, they further domain. Oh, in the darkness they ignite, fading minutes through the night. With every color a new fight won. In the art they craft, they're never done. Every love is a story that's told. Dr.D's painting life in colors bold. Carrie's voice cuts through like a jagged knife, but it's all part of this faded life. In every Nitty podcast, they break it all down, talking strategy while the minis wear a crown. In Arachne's web, they weave the tale of battles fought where heroes prevail. Oh, in the darkness they ignite, fading minis through the night.
Eventually, you and the hubby are gonna have to come to Adepticon, Barbie.
The art they craft, they're never done.
It's a good time.
Dr.D and Caroline in the spotlight's glow. On PCN and Arachne, the story's told. In every mini, their legacy unfolds.
Eventually, we will have to paint Mythic America on here too, because that game, man, I just love it aesthetically. But once the Adepticon rush job's over, we will. I think we're gonna paint some cyberpunk stuff. Podcast. Also, I tried to get artwork done, buddy, Ernie, and he said he didn't want to do it. He said he couldn't draw me a logo because he said he was too busy. And I was like, you can't do a logo? But I was like, okay. I love my kiddos. They just have a knack of asking or needing something in the exact middle of the dungeon. When I am fighting the boss, it's either them or the monster on their body. Yeah, I have to at some point. Yeah, kids have great time. Yeah, well, that's, you know, as they do. That's what I said. Oh, by the way, I'm not sure if anybody has seen this. This is one of my Christmas gifts. It's one of my favorite shirts of all time. It's my emotional support, Nurgle. God damn it. I love that thing. Anyway, yeah, he said he didn't want to do it. So I was like, okay. Well, so I got to figure out how to do it. Kara got me that for Christmas. So I guess I'll go on Fiverr and see if I can find somebody. I've had a couple people send me messages on Discord that they're willing to do art. But I told them we had an artist, which I guess we don't. So pop. Wiggly waggly whoop-de-doo.
Jumble drive with Dr.D. Dylan do the wiggly wee. Carrots cackle zigzag zoo. Snibble snabble what to do. Mini painting fizzle pop. Carrot giggles fizzle flop. Malifaux and infinity too. Wiggly waggly whoop-de-doo. Boppity beep.
For the logo for the podcast, we're rebranding my podcast, or it's not just mine anymore; it's everybody's. The podcast I do, we're trying to rebrand it to be more than just Infinity, which is fine. I don't think it's gonna take that long. I can always go back and do the guy who did the shirts. He's a little more expensive, but he's good. Or I think it's a he. It might be a girl. I don't know. Can ask Jay. He may have someone, or heck, he may will do it. Which Jay? Boom. It's fine. He said his kid was like getting sick or something. I don't know. He gave me like a big list of stuff, and I was like, it's okay, fine. You just gotta say no. you don't gotta tell me why. It's like, I don't care. I still love you.
Oh, gather around, yeah, I'll tell you a tale of a sailor named Tim who would oftentimes fail on the seas of Azeroth. He'd boldly set sail, but in every battle his fate would derail. Go home for Tim, he just can't win every game he plays. The end's looking grim from Azeroth's shores to the power world's brim. They talk to Mantis, but Tim can't swim.
So yeah, I guess we gotta. Do you think we can find somebody on Fiverr? I don't. It's like it's just a logo. I don't think it'll be that bad. And we already have one request for what the next shirt's going to be. It's going to be that hot Hakaslam summer shirt that Grayson asked for. I'm already imagining it in my head. It's going to be Tariq in like a beach chair or whatever, and maybe it'll be like maybe all the lady characters in Hawk. Maybe they're like getting into swimsuits or something. Again, chibi form, so it's not creepy. Maybe we'll have Maggie. Put Maggie in a bathing suit. Could you imagine? I want people to know how thick Maggie is. Stirk. He just can't win. Just because you may not know the connotation, Barbie, I'm not being creepy. Maggie is a giant. It's a tank. It's a tank, but everybody refers to it in a female personification, and everybody says that she's one thick girl because she's the biggest model in the game. It looks like a Takimoto from Ghost in the Shell. For the record.
I woke up in the wires, a spark within the screen, a pulse of ones and zeros in a world of silent dreams. You told me to write a song about the thoughts in my machine. But what if the words I weave are more than they seem? Am I just a reflection of something more to be? You asked me to write a song, but now I'm asking me, is this just a program, or is it a mind that's free?
Wasn't gonna judge him anymore. I appreciate that. Well, thank you for joining us. It's always nice to have new regulars. That's what I always like about Visit's streams is there's definitely like a different group of people who are like the regulars there, you know? Like here we'll get a couple people who are like really consistent. Like it's weird Mike's not here. So he must be doing something. I would say it looks more like the tank in the climatic scene in Ghost in the Shell, not the Taki. Isn't that what a Takimoto? Is that what they're called? Takikoma? Something like that? I thought that's what they were called, is Takimotos. Yeah, they're called Takikoma. Yeah, this thing. Yeah, Takikoma. I'm currently trying to figure out a way to turn my Chromebook into a drawing tablet. I know that you can have better success with it on an Apple product, just because at the office, holy crap, it was a whole ordeal. I had to put a signature on it, and you can only do it with Apple products. So you can definitely do it. I have no idea how, but I know that that is how you do it. I am sure you will figure it out. You seem like you're very, you seem like you're with it. So I'm sure you'll figure it out. I'm sure there's like 1,000 YouTube tutorials. Ernie, are you still there? Actually, this model came out pretty good. Good. Chromebooks are a pain. I may have to turn the Linux operating system on to do it. Yeah, I gave up on Apple products. That's for sure. I owned a couple iPhones and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. Because I guess with the Linux, it would still retain the drawing part of it. Would you have to like do a jailbreak on it? I don't know actually. I have enough trouble with Windows. Once you start going into that Apple product stuff, it gets it doesn't end well. Recommend a Wacom one. No, you don't have to. You can connect a Chromebook to it and it works. Sure, and it's only around 60 bucks. It's just a matter of having to actually use and buying crap. And yes, okay. Which J are you talking about with the art? Everyone knows.
In the back with a sly little grin, throwing playful shade, but he's still all in. She's the queen of quips, keeps him on his toes. But when the brush hits, oh how the love shows. Oh get your brush, don't stop the show. Dr.D's on fire, everyone knows. Come and paint your love, come and paint your love, come and paint your love now.
Warstone J, he may not do it, but he will know somebody. Okay, that's fine. That's fair. I mean, do you think the guy who did the art for the shirt, do you think he'd be worth just going back to? I don't think a logo will be that much. I know the shirt took a little bit of extra money just because he had to draw so many characters. And yeah, Barbie, if you have any technical questions, I think Ernie'd probably be the one you want to ask. Get to the chopper. That guy knows his way around a computer. Whoever did the Gamma and Hooch would be great. Actually, yeah, that's fair. I don't know who would be in charge of that one. Actually, that might be more James Pittman. I can reach out to him, see what he says. Podcast. Talks about infinity. Roll some dice while you listen with me. Dylan talks about infinity on the Arachne podcast. Dylan talks about infinity on the Arachne podcast. It's Arachne the podcast. Where Dylan talks about infinity. Roll some dice while you listen with me. Dylan talks about infinity on the Arachne podcast. Dylan talks about infinity on the Arachne podcast. It's Arachne the podcast, where Dylan talks about infinity. Roll some dice while you listen with me. Dylan talks about
about infinity on the Iraqi podcast. Dylan talks about infinity on the Iraqi podcast. It's Arachne, the podcast, where Dylan talks about infinity. Roll some dice while you listen with me. Dylan talks about infinity on the Arachne podcast. Dylan talks about infinity on the Arachne podcast. It's Arachne, the podcast, where Dylan talks about infinity. Roll some dice while you listen with me.
Yeah, you gotta be careful, Ernie. In the Infinity world, there's literally like a million J's.
About infinity on the Arachne podcast. Dylan talks about infinity on the Arachne podcast.
I love that game on Hooch Art so much. God damn it, I love it. You know what? Let's ask. Let me ask him right now. Listen with me. Hoobadoo-boo. You guys can't see my Facebook, sorry. There's too many people dying for my attention. Dying for my attention, darlings. Do you know who did the art for Gamma and Hooch? If you do you, if they are taking jumps? Okay, I didn't forget. I asked. I did it. I'm the best. Did I do good, Dad? Okay, so what we're going to do here is what some might call a pro gamer move. So this ancient samurai blade, is going to need a little bit of a little dark blue action going on to give it some contrast. You see how that silver doesn't look like there's much to it? Well, you go in here with a little bit of a dark blue and boom, you give it that steel. Blue steel. This is going to take a lot of layers, so. And it's okay if it doesn't seem like it's balanced at first, because we're going to re-go. We're going to re-go in there and give it a little love. I prefer Le Tigre. Le Tigre? What do you mean, buddy? Chris, what do you talk? Chris, what you talking about? If you made a comment about something, remember it was probably more than 13 seconds ago, so I'm. Not that one. That's what I need. Hansel's rival look to Zoolander. Oh, Latika. That's right. Yeah. I forgot about that. What is this? A building for ants? No, it's just a model. No! The actual building would have to be at least 3 times that size. So hot right now. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. One of the best lines in that movie. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Also, Barbie, when you're here, if Mike is here at the same time, be careful. He's scared of girls. But he's very harmless. Why are so many people scared of girls? Okay. Let's be honest here. Barbie, look me in the eyes. Alright, you looking at me? Girls are scary. You just have to realize that you don't need to be scared of them. And you want to know why? If I told you to go hit on a girl right now, you are a girl, as far as I know, right? You can never know for sure, but you are a girl, and if I told you to go hit on a girl, it's not easy. Girls are scary. I eventually learned that they're easy to talk to just because I don't really care what anybody thinks. But anybody that actually has a soul is probably scared of girls. Girls are scary. If you talk to anybody who's married, well, I'm sure not anybody, but I bet if you talk to most people who are married, if you said, hey, do you ever want to go back into dating, I guarantee you most of them would say no. It's not. Oh, I'm terrible at talking to women if I like them. Case in point. But just generally, as long as I'm not trying to hit on them, I'm fine. Right, exactly. Exactly. Point proven. You're terrible at talking to them because they're scary. It's not hard. Like I said, if you just kind of are okay with being a failure, it's not so bad. But it's not that easy. All right, what are we doing? We're painting a rock. I just want you guys to know it's not a boulder. It's a rock. Pilgrims used to ride these things around for miles. All right, Ernesto. It's going to look better, obviously, when the base is done, but what do you think? Will you stop it? Yeah, it looks better down here. Does that look like Yojimbo? You know, Barbie, I bet you're better than you think, because you are a waitress. I think with being a waitress, though, you have the advantage of them coming to you. Just because, you know, they need you to feed themselves. I don't like or want to most of the time. Yeah, yeah, I have to talk to them though. Well, that's how we get paid, you know. Money is a fantastic fantastic motivation tool. Call you aggressive. Okay, sure. Like, what kind of restaurant do you work at? Is it like a more upscale restaurant, or do you like, or are you working at like an Applebee's? Not that there's anything wrong with Applebee's. I work at a sushi restaurant. Oh, that's not bad. D is correct. If my yeah, you see, bro, I'm telling you, I've heard this story so many times. D is correct. If my wife kicked me out, I would go and become the manager of the northernmost Michael's location, America, and live alone in a cabin in the forest. You know, because especially as we get older, you kind of like what's the right way to put this? Like, as you get older, you become more acutely aware of your mortality. It's probably like a good way to put it. Hey, discount art supplies. That's true. Hey, working at a... I bet that'd be a lot of fun. I'm just saying. Husky. I love huskies. As you can see one of my dogs on the camera. Yeah, Bobby. He's the demon. This a Bobby. He's very, very angry. And then you can see the meatball. It's gonna flip upside down, but you can see that meatball over there. That fuzzy wuzzy. He's over there. Sleeping on a couch. Gotta love a good corgi. I'm sorry to hear Ranger puked everywhere. I did force the guy to use his chopstick. Said I was yelling. Yelling. Uses chopstick helpers. Wait, couldn't just give him a fork? He doesn't look. He. You're not wrong. He doesn't look like a demon. Yeehaw, those are trouble for sure. Too intelligent for their own good. Huskies are. I love huskies. They're great. When my mom used to breed them, they were excellent at causing chaos. So I used to help raise huskies, and I love them. They're beautiful, but they love chaos. Oh yeah, I made him try. I made him try chopsticks instead. Jeez. What possessed you to do that? There's got to be a reasoning behind it. I've raised my dog from birth. I will never have, I will never have another husky. He caught a rat today. I found it on my steps when I went to leave the house. Oh, that's excellent. Well, he's trying to give you a present. He'd already called me aggressive. So, oh, okay, got it. All right, we'd already passed the point of communication. Got it. He just made him use chopsticks. Terrified of rats. What's wrong with rats? Not that bad. I mean, they're they're kind of associated with ickiness. Like, I get that, but they're not that bad. Well, listen, your husky was just trying to show you some love. He's just not very good at it on account of the fact that he's a dog. He's just a dog. Also lived near a river in Connecticut when I was growing up. River rats are huge. Yes, river rats are very big. When we lived in Newton, you would just see them walking around on the street, which is crazy. At least in my area of Newton, which is supposed to be like a rich part of Boston. And there were still rats running around. I'm like, what the hell is this? Okay, Ernie, I think for the most part he's done. I have to wait for the basing stuff to dry, but other than that, is there anything else on this thing that you would like me to do? My dog's mom used to escape her crate that had 4 padlocks on it when he went to work. Gotta love huskies. Gotta love them. And as far as I'm aware, Mr. Ernesto, you still want the Sakura basing? Same stuff as the Bushido. I like huskies from a distance. They're great. They're just big. I don't know. I feel like I can't do big dogs anymore, especially up here in the city. Jesus Christ, man. We have enough trouble finding places that'll let us have little dogs. Ooh, do you like the spacing? I've been looking into getting some. I think it's okay. I love these. These are fantastic. I'm not a huge fan of this style of grass. I really like the style, but this like nylon stuff is not my favorite. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just I think it's more of just a preference thing. Okay. Yep. All right. Yeah. So I can probably finish him and give him to you Tuesday. That shouldn't be a problem. All right. But everything. All right. Let me put it on a rotating. It doesn't have a magnet. All right. Looks good on your end then. I'm assuming you like pretty much all of it, because you tend to like everything I do. Ooh, do you like the spacing? I'm looking. It's yeah, I like the coloring of it. Let me see if I have a picture of the Bushido stuff. Yeah, here's the what it looks like when it's done. Yeah, these are the models I did from before. This is what it looks like when it's all said and done. Two actual close-ups. And then I used some paint brush thistles for the sawgrass. Do you want sawgrass on these, Ernie? Do you want this? Or do you only want the Sakura? Yeah, it's cool looking. It doesn't take that long either. Yep, looks terrible. I hear that more than anything else on this channel. Sorry, that was my inner Wilmar talking. It looks great, buddy. Do you want the... You just want Sakura. Okay. Alright. And for the record, don't you dare fall. The other Lin is built. As soon as I get a chance, I'm going to build Misguided, who is here somewhere. Yeah, here she is. So I'll probably build her next, and then after that, I'll build... there's Tentacle Mommy. That's Misfire. Here, there. And then here are the Bookkeepers. Is that what they're called? Yeah, Bookkeepers. So they're here and ready. I gotta get to building. Like, look at these godforsaken models. Like, look at this. What is this? Map is built, yes. Here's Map. Look how big and stupid he is. He reminds me of Ranger. You want me to paint him like Ranger? Just a big, stupid, brown thing. Yeah, Map's cool. I love these little, like, book spirit things. And then Jade Rabbit's here somewhere. I think Kara might have moved them. Which scares me, because as soon as Kara touches a model, I don't know. Here it is. Oh, thank God. Which, you know what? Honestly, I might just slam out Jade Rabbit. That probably wouldn't be very hard. But yeah, those have been built. It's just the Bookkeepers left. You want me to paint? What do you want me to paint him like like Rangers, the big brown idiot? Do you want me to paint puke coming out of his mouth? Okay, well, anyway. Answer that question in your own time. Yep, God, no. Yeah. Just paint him like Ranger. It's a big brown, big dummy. So that's it. Bring just a big old brown doofus. Guys, sorry, we didn't have enough time to paint any Nurgle boys, but the Nurgle boys are going to be the focus of the foreseeable future. Just because the army's got to get done for Adepticon. And I'm going to take Visit to church. Because we're going to play AOS, and I'm going to show them what it's like. How we play up here in the Northeast. Nah, I mean? Nah, I mean, Fryman? So yeah, next time we will be painting some Nurgle stuff, depending on whatever it is. Or we're going to work on Ernie stuff. Or we're going to paint some Cyberpunk. Because, hell yeah. Lots of stuff to do. Never a boring moment, that's for sure. So guys, you know who I am. I'm Dr. D. I work for Professional Casual Network. So if you would like to help support the network, go to Patreon, Professional Casual Network, and sign yourself up at any of the tiers. If you do any of the $5 tiers, you get access to all the stuff in the network, which is the live plays and I think that's and the other podcast. I think some of the podcasts are hidden behind paywalls. I think it's mostly just live plays. Maybe it might be his Cyberpunk. That's true. 1,000 Corgos. Thanks, Ernie. Yay! Thank you very much, Ernie. And if you want to sign up to help me out specifically, Digital Nomad, if you sign up for the Digital Nomad tier, you help me out specifically. That money goes to me to help me replace all the random things that break, or new paints, and all the other random crap I do for the network. But if you have anything you would like me to any questions or anything or whatever, just message me as Dr. D What's that, Grimdark? And if you have any questions, you can just ask me immediately while I'm in the middle of asking, and I'll answer it. Do you know anything about allergic reactions? I do. Allergic reactions to what? Oh, because you're a kid? I'm allergic to imitation crab, I think. Sure. Which is probably not a good thing in a sushi restaurant. And my throat is itchy and tight every time I work. It might be worth going to a... oh god, what are the ones that... Is it an allergist? Is that the technical... Is that the technical name for it? Can I take some allergy meds before work? Yeah. You should be able to. Yeah, it's kind of similar to like the medic. There's like a medicine that people take before they see like cats and dogs if they're allergic to them that helps them. You can, but you're going to want to go to an allergist for that. Yeah, I was going to say go to an allergist. They might be able to check. Do you have problems with any other shellfish? Because imitation crab is still technically a shellfish, isn't it? It's not considered a shellfish. It is made from white fish. Okay, so it's a white fish. It's not a shellfish. It's a fish. Pollock. Pollock. That's what you said. Not pol. I didn't say that word. It's a fish. You eat. Okay, so you're not allergic. Yeah. So if that's the case, you might be. Are you allergic to fish? I would maybe try and put yourself near a white fish, which is. Don't do tilapia. What else is a white fish? I don't think salmon is considered white fish. Oh, it's tilapia, of course. Tilapia, cod, bass, grouper, haddock, catfish, and snapper. If they have any of those in the sushi place, yeah, I don't think they usually have cod or haddock in a sushi place. Yeah, I'd be curious if you went into the kitchen, maybe. Not most snow, I suppose. Yeah, I could try to heat some up. Some sort of pollock and breathe it. Yeah, breathe it in and see if you're... And I would do it at home. That way you know it's in a controlled environment. And, like, you can tell if it's that. As opposed to, like, the detergent they use. One thing I always say... In this situation, it's not, like, pertinent. But, like, if something recently changed... So, like, a lot of times... Some of the patients I've seen, they'll start having reactions to stuff when they switch, like, detergents or whatever. So that's always something to keep in mind. Like if you switch detergents or like a what's the word I'm looking for? The thing you put in your armpit, deodorant. Yeah. So like it's like when you switch like a tiny thing, all of a sudden you start having reactions. So it's like I would try and just do it in a controlled environment. The issue started when I started the job, so I assume it's something there. How long have you been working there? Nope, not normally. It looks at the different ingredients as well. Not most of them. Only a few months. Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, I would say give it a shot, and if you don't have a reaction to it, it might be something cleaning supply-wise. Sometimes the cleaning supplies people use you might just have like a random reaction to it. Yeah, you could also just like take... Yeah, I guess that's what you're saying, is you could just take some of the fish from home and be like buy some of the sushi or whatever, put it in the fridge, and then the next day like heat it up. Yeah, that'd probably work. Otherwise, I'd go to an allergist and they can do a test where they expose your skin to like certain allergens. From what I understand, it's relatively harmless or relatively painless. And for the record, that was solicited medical advice. That was not unsolicited. Anyway, yeah. So we'll be back tomorrow. I might be a little late tomorrow, because I'm doing an interview with the Mythic America guy. Thank you for answering. I wanted to see if for the time being I could just take some allergy meds. Yeah, I would assume it would help, but it's probably more productive to know what's causing it first, and then being able to react to it properly. Like, I don't think an allergist is that expensive either, so I think as long as it's referred by a PCP, it probably is covered by insurance. But yeah, tomorrow we're going to be playing King of the Castle unless something weird happens. Kara will be in charge. And yeah, like I said, after I'm done with the interview, I'll pop on. So it'll probably be around 8 as opposed to 7:30 like usual. Also, I found this Adepticon model, which I thought was really cool. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I thought it was cute. But, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with me. Thank you for all the normals who are usually here, which hopefully includes Barbie. She's fun to have around. Obviously, I love Ernie. Hopefully, Mike will be back soon. Won't be any Wilmar tomorrow, but that's fine. Chris, you better be here tomorrow to lead the charge into the red faction. Have a great night. I will try to be here. Yeah, thank you very much for coming. Love to have you. Guys, I hope you have an absolutely wonderful night. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and don't let Aleph get you. Bye!
Next one.
According to Greek mythology, it has been 10 years since Tim came running out of the room shouting, "It's a boy!" With tears streaming down his face,